Hey there guys, just wanted to give you an update on the Orlandoo baby fat girl. This is the cage that I have built for it. You all know it's pretty small in comparison to the SEX 24. It's pretty tiny. I was very happy with this one. I was able to get a 100mm wheelbase out of it because the cage is 100mm, so I thought that looked good. And I said, I was going to try and make a smaller cage to see if it'll work out, to get a smaller wheelbase, because I wasn't really 100% on going smaller than 100 millimeters on the cage because it just didn't look good. So I figured, okay, let's go ahead and do that. So this is what I came up with. As you can see, this tiny cage, this baby fat girl looks like a monster next to it now. It's huge, and I'm pretty happy with that. So this is the 100mm cage, and this is the 90mm cage. So as you can see, there's a pretty big difference in size, but at the end of the day, I was still able to fit what I needed to fit in here. As you can see, the transmission case clears, the motor fits in there nicely. We have, full articulation, everything works on the links and everything. Pretty much maxed out. I could have gone maybe a millimeter closer here, but really, I'm gonna push for that. The back one fits perfect on those drive shafts. You see, as it comes in, it maxes out the length on the shaft. So ended up with 95mm on this baby fat girl. I'm gonna leave that one in the store as the 100mm cage, and this one I'm gonna post it as the 90mm cage. The reason for that is this one's gonna be harder to get the electronics in there, so a lot of people are not gonna want to go with something that's gonna be more complicated. But this one is really cool looking. It is super tiny. So with this one, I really do suggest go with the electronics to come for the Orlandoo. Battery wise, you can go with the single cell that I showed you guys yesterday, the 300. It fits perfectly in there. Now this one does inside the engine bay. So if you want to keep the weight in front of the vehicle, you want to put this one inside of here. It fits perfect. So, it'll be right up against the transmission and right up against the front, so it's not going to be moving around in there. You can get this one at hobbyking.com, and they're super cheap. And then up on top here, that's where you will put the electronics for the ESC and receiver and all that good stuff. So you'll be able to put that up in there. Obviously, it's going to be a bit of a challenge, but for you guys to build your Orlandoos, you already know that there's a lot of soldering skills that are involved in trying to get that going. The servo, as you can see, clears, so it will go in there, into the chassis. It's not gonna bind. I went ahead and took that restrainer bar that I had on the other designs off on this one, because on this one I really do feel that you might as well not have it in there, so the servo can clear. See, when you articulate, the servo will actually go in there, so there's no binding there. So pretty much that's the 90mm baby fat girl for the Orlandoo. I'm waiting for the batteries, as you guys already know. I'm still going to build this one with the Sumo receiver, the ESC. And more than likely I'm just gonna make this bigger one the 4-wheel steering, and then this one just make it front wheel steering with the Orlandoo electronics, and just go with that. Obviously this has become my son's favorite now. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.